Let's get the brake line out of the way. I don't want to squish that. 13 mil socket. It's pretty tight. Now I'm going to put my foot under this and lift it slightly because obviously when, yeah, there we go. So you can see I can't pull it out, but if you lift the tire up a little bit, it'll come right out. So I need to figure out what bushing is bad. It's not really all too difficult. You can see it's some dirt in there. And perhaps you can see that, perhaps you cannot. So there's our jiggle. So you can see just use of the bike. Dirt gets in there. And when you power wash, you don't want to power wash in there. So it's kind of like, okay, well, if you power wash in there, you'll blow the grease out. But if you don't, then you get this. But what you should technically do is take this apart and clean in every single time you ride, which, I mean, I'm sorry, I just thought this is not going to happen. But you can see this slight wiggle. It looks like the seal around it is also damaged, so I'm going to need to replace this. It was 10 to 12. Hopefully I don't need an 11. Oh, well, that was easy. All right. You can see that it is very greasy and dirty in there, and that the seal is damaged. So that's going to allow it to wiggle. But this outer part I'm just looking at the design. This outer part is not what keeps the shock from wiggling. It's the internal part here. So let's move you over. So this rubber is just a seal, and this part is to keep the liquid, the water out. And I'm going to push the other side out real quick. Okay, so these are seals essentially, but they're damaged seals, so they will need to be replaced because they're not keeping water out. They're doing an okay job. Grease does a lot more to help with that. Aha, so you can see here, this is a Heim joint, I believe, or a form of one anyways. And this is going to be what's damaged slightly, ever so slightly. We're not talking about a lot of damage here. But I do need to clean up the inside and see what is going on in there. What is that? I feel something off from that side. Feels like a burr right there. I very seriously doubt you can see that on camera. Could be part of internal bearing coming apart. Yeah, there's the internal bearing is coming apart. So you can see it. This is part of the the bearing around this spherical joint. And clearly it is damaged and coming apart. Hopefully I can show you on the camera. I'm not 100% sure if you'll be able to see it, but there is the bearing cage is coming apart. So this is 100% needs to be replaced as soon as possible. But I'm not going to go any further on the disassembly because if I do, this might not ever go back together. And that would mean that I couldn't ride the bike at all until I replace this. I know a lot of you people are probably saying, well, duh, you shouldn't ride it this way anyways. Look, it's not gonna grenade itself. It's not gonna explode. It's just, it needs to be replaced because once you get any movement in this joint or in any of these joints at all, they start to kind of like ramp up their degradation. So we're looking at pretty severe degradation of the bearing cage. And yeah, I gotta get that replaced ASAP. So I'll order the part, but this is how I diagnose properly because I wanted to make sure what it was. And I'm not a parts cannon type of guy. I like to replace what needs to be replaced. So I'll get new seals. I'll get a new internal Heim joint. I'm calling it a Heim joint. I'm not 100% sure if it is or not, but to me it looks like one. And we'll make another video in the future about how to change this out, even though we're pretty darn close to it already. So I was assembling and this piece came out. And this is actually my first time ever seeing or disassembling a bearing like this. Usually I'm seeing a ball bearing or a journal bearing. I believe this is the bearing material. This is the part that was sticking out that I was talking about. I thought it was there was a cage and some balls or some journals or rollers or whatever. I think it's just a piece of steel mesh with impregnated with some lubricant of some sort, whether it be grease or something more heavy duty, that goes around that Heim. I've never actually taken apart a Heim joint to know, or even thought to research what was in one, but I think, yeah, it looks like a metal cloth with impregnated with something. So that is what's failing. Or it could actually be the bore of this has been worn out. That also is a very strong possibility. Either way, this needs to be replaced, and so do these seals right here. So, like I said in another video, we'll get to it. I just wanted to kind of show you an interesting thing that I found while doing this.